ladies and gentlemen, please welcome out Heat 1 for Event 2, Tommy V. In lane 10, Yongjun Lee. In lane 9, Ant Haynes. In lane 8, Yusa Kim. In lane 7, Yongmin Kang. In lane 6, Kieran Hogan. In lane 5, Yongjun Kim. In lane 4, Michael Mogard. In lane 3, Young-Hun Choi. In lane 2, Insu Beck. And in lane 1, Park Hyung Jae. And this is the first heat of Event 2. Of course, 21:15.9 thruster, 12:9.6 rope climb. You have a 16-minute cap, and the event record last week, a blistering 7 minutes and 17 seconds.
1 minute.
This is certainly an event which athletes will need to have some sort of strategy, particularly with the rope climb.
30 seconds.
And first cab off the rank will be 21 thrusters at 115 pounds. That's roughly 52.5 kilos. And that's a pretty moderate weight for these gentlemen.
Ten seconds. Athletes, stand by.
And away we go. The first thing required from these athletes is 21 thrusters. The weight on the bar, 115 pounds. And there is definitely some pacing involved with this event, so you will not see many athletes taking it out of the gates too hard. But in lane 6, it is Kieran Hogan, who is your current leader, progressing through the 21 thrusters.
The first set of 21 should be no problem for these regional competitors. Really going to come down to that rope climb here. 12 rope climbs here in the first round. And let's see who's going to be the first one there. We see a judge's hand up in the air. That is lane number 2, Insu Beck, with his final couple of thrusters. And he will be moving on to the rope.
So the first man onto the rope is Kieran Hogan. Of course, this is Kieran's 6th regional appearance. One of the old school Australian CrossFitters from Schwartz's CrossFit Melbourne. And he is already on to his second rope climb. 12 rope climbs in this first set.
And the last competitor now headed over down here, lane number 10, Yongjun Lee of CrossFit Zest, gonna chalk up before hopping up.
And of course, in lane 4, Michael Mogard, a qualifier for the CrossFit Games in 2013. And right now, it is Michael Mogard and Kieran Hogan, your slight leaders in lane 4 and 6.
Ant Haynes, one of the taller athletes in this heat, lane number 9, and he is thus far 4 climbs in, 1/3 the way in this round of 12 rope climbs.
And in lane 6, Kieran Hogan is on his 6th rope climb, so he is now halfway through the first set of rope climbs here.
And you mentioned earlier, Ed, the time to beat in the low 7s. That was set by Mr. Aaron Hanna, one of the game's rookies heading out to Carson this year out of the Atlantic region.
And in lane 4, Michael Mogard, he's just completed his 5th rope climb. So Kieran Hogan is still your leader, and he is 8 rope climbs in. The hand is up. He's got 4 rope climbs to do, and we're at 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And right now, it is Kieran Hogan and Ant Haynes, both with the hand up. Lane 6 and 9 are your leaders.
Ant Haynes, 2.5 pulls to the top there. He's got 4 more climbs, but still chasing our leader, Ed, as you mentioned.
It's still Kieran Hogan. He has 2 rope climbs to do. Yongjun Kim from CrossFit Chiwoo in South Korea, he has 4 rope climbs to do. And in lane 1, Park Hyung Jae, he still has 4 rope climbs to do as well. So Kieran has put a bit of a dint in the field in this first set. He has one rope climb to go. And ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for this 6-time regionals athlete, Kieran Hogan. He will return to the barbell for the set of 15 thrusters.
And that was a fast round of 21 and 12. 3 minutes and 15 seconds in for Kieran, and he'll be all on his lonesome competing against the clock here going into that round of 15 thrusters.
And it looks like the next man to join him will be lane 9, Ant Hayes. He has one rope climb to go. Michael Mogard has 2 rope climbs to go. Yongjun Kim has 2 rope climbs, and Park Hung Jae has 1 rope climb.
But I'll tell you what there, Ed, it looks like, again, lane number 6, Kieran Hogan might get all of his thrusters in before anyone else even gets back to their barbell. But if Ant Hayes has anything to say about it, he's coming over right now. And it looks like down there, lane number 1, Young Jae Park advancing his barbell as well.
In lane 1, Park Hung Jae, he is in second place, along with Ant Hayes, who are both chasing your leader, Kieran Hogan. Kieran Hogan, now, a bit of confusion there. He has 1 rep to go by the looks of it. No, he doesn't. So Kieran makes his way to the set of 9 rope climbs.
Kieran Hogan with a fast first rep and that quick descent. Fireman pole style, he's got 1, but it looks like he's gassed out a little bit, taking a knee there. If he wants to hang on to that lead, he needs to keep up the pace on these climbs. 2 pull-ins, and he's got 2 climbs in the round of 9.
And about to join Kieran on the set of 9 rope climbs is lane 1, Park Hung Jae. So he will advance to the rope climb. So Kieran's on his 3rd rope climb, so he's roughly 3 rope climbs in front of his next competitor.
And joining your 2 leaders down here, lane number 9, Ant Haynes of CrossFit CSTL. He's in the gray tank top and black shorts, chalking up. And it also looks like they have company now as well, Youngmin Kang.
And despite a slow start to this set of rope climbs, it is still Kieran Hogan. He's got 4 in the bag and he's got 5 to do. He is taking a while between each rope climb, but do not underestimate how taxing this movement is after the thruster. So Ant Hayes and Park Hung Jae are still giving chase, as is Michael Mogard in lane 4.
Kieran Hogan again taking that knee between each rep, trying to catch his breath. His judge with 4 fingers left in the air, 4 more reps to go as Kieran touches 3 rope climbs left in the round of 9.
And Insu Beck, he also only has 5 rope climbs to go in the round of 9, so he's starting to eat into this lead of Kieran's in lane 2.
And that's 2 rope climbs left for your leader. Again, folks, middle of the floor from CrossFit Melbourne, with a plethora of athletes competing out here this weekend, including a team that finished very solidly here on day 1.
So the hand has gone up for Park Hung Jae. So he has 5 rope climbs to go. Kieran now only 1. So Kieran with his last rope climb in lane 6. He will move back to the thruster for 9 last thrusters. And he's been given a no rep for coming down too fast. So that really hurts. That was the last rope climb for that set, and he will need to repeat that rep.
And CrossFit Melbourne, I know you're out there somewhere. Let's get behind your athlete. Kieran Hogan redoing that 9th climb after a no rep. And he will now head back to the barbell for the final time.
So Yongjun Kim in lane 5, he only has 4 rope climbs to go in his set of 9. And Park Hung Jae, he's got 2 to go in fact. How's Ant Hayes traveling over there, Dill?
Kieran Hogan with 3 reps left to go. And 1 final thruster. Kieran Hogan is done with the barbell. Kieran heading back to the rope. for his final set. That is 6 rope climbs and a sprint to the finish line, and he will close out day 1. Let's see how long it takes him, Ed.
So despite Kieran having a solid lead, we've got Ant Hayes in lane 9 about to return to the thruster, as well as Park Hyung Jae in lane 1. But all eyes are on lane 6. Kieran Hogan with 5 rope climbs to go. He's got 1 of the 6 done, and the judge's hand is up for him.
Ant Hayes back on his barbell for the round of 9, taking a deep couple of breaths, shaking it out.
And Park Hyung Jae will return to the barbell as well. So we've got 3 men who are on the last set of thrusters. Of course, one of those is Kieran Hogan, who's already completed that. And he has 4 rope climbs. Make that 3, ladies and gentlemen. Kieran Hogan with 3 rope climbs to do. What an amazingly consistent performer he has been over the years. Like I said, this is his 6th CrossFit regional competition.
Ant Hayes now jumping up on the rope, looking to catch our leader, but he's going to need to move pretty darn fast, as that's the 4th rope climb for Kieran Hogan. 2 to go for Kieran, 5 more to go for Mr. Ant Hayes in lane 9.
And in lane 1, Park Hyung Jae, he has 3 thrusters to go, and he will make his way back to the rope for the last set of 6. But at this stage, it looks like Kieran Hogan is going to take this heat comfortably. Kieran Hogan has 1 rope climb to go in lane 6.
Come on, Melbourne, get behind him. CrossFit Melbourne's very own Kieran Hogan with his final rep. And let's hear it for him. Sprinting to the finish line, he will get it done under 10 minutes.
Michael Mogard in lane 4, he is making his way through the last set of thrusters, but it is still Ant Hayes and Park Hyung Jae who are giving chase. And Ant Hayes with 3 rope climbs to go. He is your current leader, except for Kieran, who has finished, and Park Hyung Jae has 4 rope climbs to go.
And Ant Hayes with 2 more reps to go, lane number 9. CrossFit CSTL's competitor. He will touch, and he's got a final rep remaining.
So the hand goes up for Michael Mogard. He's got 5 reps to go. Remember, the cap on this workout is 16 minutes, 16-minute cap. And we've got 1 athlete already done, Kieran Hogan.
1 final pull. Ant Hayes is to the top, and now a victory sprint to that red mat. And roughly a minute after our first finisher, Ant Hayes' day 1 is done here at the Pacific Regional.
And Dill, we've got Park Hyung Jae from South Korea in lane 1. He's got 1 rope climb to go. And he is still resting before he gets up there, because in lane 7, Yongmin Kan also has 1 rope climb. And they are neck and neck for 3rd spot. It's lane 7 and lane 1. It'll be a sprint to the finish. So Park Hyung Jae and Yongmin Kang, away they go. And they look at each other. I don't quite know what was going on there.
Must
but
not
both
have known
those gentlemen over the line. It'll be a photo finish.
Must not have known just how close it was. Came off the rope, gingerly jogging to that finish line, but once he saw that he was in a foot race, he picked up the pace. But now we've got just a few more athletes with a few reps to go.
But Michael Mogard, of course, as I said earlier, CrossFit Games competitor in 2013. He's got 2 rope climbs. Make that 1 rope climb to go. And Yongjong Kim from CrossFit Chiwoo in South Korea in lane 5. He's got 4 rope climbs to go. So the hands are up. Don't you worry about that.
Down here at final rope climb to go in lane number 8. David Wiggin. He's going to chalk up and get ready to jump up for his final climb of the day.
So Michael Mogard looks like he'll be the next man to finish, although it will be a sprint again between lane 8 and 4. Yusik Kim and Michael Mogard. Looks like Michael Mogard's going to get it. And ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for that man. Along with Yusik Kim in lane 8, Both those men have finished well under the time cap. We've got 3 minutes till the time cap. Let's get these athletes through. And the next athlete to come through will be from lane 3, and that is Yong Hun Choi. Make some noise for Yong Hun Choi. And he gets well under that 13.5-minute mark. So we've got Yongjun Kim and Yongjun Lee in lanes 5 and 10, still working.
So again, folks, 3 athletes still moving out here on the floor. Young Kim, lane 5.
And Yongjun Kim has only 2 rope climbs to go. He's halfway through that second last rope climb. And the grip is obviously becoming a serious issue. He just manages to tap the rig, and he will need a solid rest before attempting that last climb.
Less than 2 minutes remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, folks. Make some noise for your athletes still working out here. Come on. This is a community that gets behind their athletes. Fighting through Tommy V, having already been hit with the earlier hero workout of the day, Randy. So forearms and pulling certainly weakened after that one, but let's see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, in lane 5, Yongjun Kim. And he's done with this workout. Make some noise for lane 5 from CrossFit Jiwoo, all the way from Seoul in South Korea. And we've got 2 athletes remaining. That's Insu Baek and Yongjun Lee, and there's 1 minute athletes until time.
Under 1 minute, 45 seconds left. Let's help him get to the top of that rope. What do you say, Yongjun Lee? Lane 10, 1 climb to go in the round of 9.
30 seconds, athletes. And I'll tell you what, Jill, this is what you love about CrossFit. Every other athlete is back on the floor supporting these men in their last
20 seconds.
Few reps.
15 seconds. 10 seconds. And we are going to count it down here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Your Heat 1 men kicking off Tommy V in style, taking that first heat, none other than CrossFit Melbourne's very own Kieran Hogan.